Welcome Pisces, this is Regina of Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your December monthly reading for 2021, the last month of this incredible year. I'm focusing very much on the Venus transit through Capricorn, principally because this is a 5-month transit. We're into the middle of it, and Venus conjuncting Pluto, which will happen 3 times, will be impacting your 11th house generally. If you have Pisces rising, then it will affect your 11th house. For Sun and Moons in Pisces, check your rising sign, because that's what the area that will determine where the Venus-Pluto transit conjunction will be occurring for you. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the 11th house in this horoscope spread. So, again, if you find value, if you enjoy these readings, please like and subscribe if you so choose. It helps me immensely. I'm growing immensely by doing these readings for free and would love to continue to develop more content to those of you that are interested. So it would help me if you liked my video, particularly if you commented and even subscribed. I appreciate that, and thank you in advance for those of you that are new, and thank you to those who have been supporting me in the variety of ways that you do. So let's get started, Pisces, with the bottom of the deck, which is the Strength card. The Strength card is giving me a very clear picture of the difficulties you have overcome, the challenges you have been facing, Pisces, and your incredible ability to give your best in situations where the rewards of your efforts were not always clear, are not always clear. In addition to building up this tremendous reserve of courage, bravery, the willingness to face down your demons, to extend your best self to those in need, you are maturing incredibly. You have grown incredibly, and you are better understanding your own needs as we move into the future. The first house, the Lord of Staffs, the King of Wands, in more conventional looking decks, is the way that you are addressing this tremendous exhaustion that you have experienced. Your hard work, your ability to continually give to those in situations that you find yourself is now being marshaled through this love and determination and growth and focus on what it is that is building a better service, what it is that is improving your effort, expanding what it is that you offer in service to your community, also what it is that your standards of service are elevating. So you are a leader, you are pushing forward with passion, drive, and determination. In the second house, the Seven of Swords indicates your incredible sensitivity to things that have not been direct, that have not been helpful, or that you perceive as being deceptive, not straightforward, not service for its sake, or not as a way of improving the group. And this is what you're sensitive to in your efforts in working with others. These slights that you are experiencing are as much a product of your self-doubting, your lack of faith in your own energy, your own focus, your own heart. So as you second guess yourself, as you anticipate the wrongful intent or the mistakes or intentional slights of others. That is really coming as a reflection of your own ability to, your own self-sabotaging tactics where you are second guessing yourself, you are doubting your efforts, you're not sure, you feel confused, and that is where you are employing this tremendous emotional maturity and determination, this bravery to face what you find to be the deceptive or untruthful or not honorable intentions of others. The third house is where you're communicating as a spirit or king of swords. This is you understanding that your thoughts must be mastered. Your communication must be clear and masterful. So you are able to detach yourself from this passion, from this love, from this energy that is leading this charge in order to communicate very clearly and very objectively what it is that needs to happen, what steps need to be taken to maximize and to realize this plan, this inspiration, and this truth of how you can improve your service, better serve your audience or your clients in ways that are informative, that are expansive, and that lead to a better product, a better service, and a better experience. The fourth house, you have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is showing you where you need to retreat. This is you taking peace, taking time for yourself to recenter, to realign with what it is that has not been successful in the past, moving towards not only an acceptance of that past and of some mistakes, errors, or failures you've experienced, but now accepting those and moving on to what will bring you a greater sense of centeredness, focused, and alignment with what it is you're pursuing. And indeed, in the fifth house, the Ten of Swords indicates that you have reworked a very painful past. This is showing me that you have assessed, you have evaluated your relationships. You have brought a lot of anxious and concerned energies to not only your relationships, but the ways in which you socialize, the way in which you rest, relax, play, and even create together and are productive with friends and relationships. This is your peers, this is your siblings, these are your equals, these are the people that you choose to socialize with. And you have reached the end of a cycle of friendships and activities associated with those friendships. So this shows you really closing out a circle of friends. This may be a group of people that you've hung out with since school, people that you met in school and have formed a social circle with, people that have known you in a very formative way. You're releasing that, you're recognizing and accepting the limitations of that social circle, and you are now moving on. This has taken a lot of bravery and courage, and this is another way in which you are applying the skills of bravery and courage and the willingness to face some uncomfortable truths. In your sixth house, the Ten of Pentacles, another portal, another change, shows you growing, elevating your standards of abundance. You are pursuing abundance. You're pursuing a quality, a value of craft and of service that is elevating your standards, not only of what you want to give, but what you expect from yourself and others, in order to generate this prosperity, this growth, this new level of achievement. In your seventh house, this shows you, Pisces, looking at your relationships again. So I see, particularly in work, but work as it totally bleeds into your social life and vice versa, that you are really scrutinizing and analyzing the way that you have proceeded and thought about relationships, how those thoughts about what relationships should be or could be has determined a pattern of behavior that you are now understanding, looking to change, to expand, to explore and move in a new direction. This also shows you receiving. It could be a mentor. It quite likely could be lessons that you're learning through people that you mentor. Students, younger siblings, trainees, people that you work with in a junior capacity, so that you are learning from your students, learning from your peers, learning from others about ways in which you are cutting away unwanted relationships, unwanted expectations in relationships, and really opening up your ability to conceive what you want differently. In the eighth house, where you're sharing your resources with others, I again see this very focused on your work/social life. And the Eight of Wands is indicating a tremendous amount of effort, concerted effort, ways in which you have pulled together with your team, with your associations at work, with your colleagues, to complete work rapidly after a long period of difficulty and perhaps even a standstill. So, of course, we have gone through a global pandemic, which has had a huge impact on our ability to move quickly and communicate appropriately around our needs and gifts, our efforts, our work. And you are now moving rapidly in team towards some amazing things that you would not be able to do on your own. So this is immensely exciting to you, because I see this is the area where you're getting tremendous fulfillment and providing leadership as a model of success in some capacity. And the ninth house is the High Priestess. This is where your cultural values, your philosophical and spiritual values live. This is where you're expanding your operation. This can be your business, expanding globally, finding new markets, finding new clients, and bringing information to them. And the information that I sense you're bringing to your new audiences, new colleagues, is this deep knowing, this ability to understand what is true for you. This is knowledge that you have always had. You know when you're in the zone. The service that you give is very much helping others to cultivate their own sense of alignment with their past through their memory. So I see you actually facilitating the healing and growth of large groups of people through whatever it is you're able to teach or demonstrate at this time. And this is an audience you're cultivating, and a market that intuitively you understand, that you intuitively connect with, and that you are able to facilitate deeper connections, not only with you and your markets, your clients, your audiences, but with your clients, audience, trainees' ability to connect with their service at a higher and deeper level. Beautiful card. The energy of the 10th house is, again, the lady or the queen of staffs or wands. When we have a partnership like this, it's very easy to imagine that there is a partnership that is critical right now to your growth and success. I would venture to say this could be as much about your professional success and endeavors as it is about a particular relationship. However, I do feel that you have a mentor in the Queen of Wands. And this is not simply your ability to take charge and move forward masterfully with determination, but it's also your ability to receive these gifts. It's also your ability to state what you know and receive the resources you need to accomplish what it is that you have in your sights. The Ten of Pentacles is giving me a clear indication that you are elevating your standards, and your sense of possibilities are in the stratosphere. So you are open up to a whole world of possibilities that you've always been aware of. It's always been a part of your dream. You are living your dream to some extent right now. What you're doing is something you've always known you're going to do, and the possibilities that you are now seeing are things that you've always known were possible. But people come to you for advice, for guidance, not just for your leadership. The 11th house is the area where this Venus and Pluto conjunction, this long transit, are working itself out generally in your chart. And this, again, applies specifically for Pisces rising. It depends on the degrees, but Venus is going to be transiting throughout Capricorn for the next 4 more months. The Nymph or the Page of Swords is a repeat of your 7th house card. And this again looks at your relationships, the way that you're structuring your relationships and thinking about them differently, the way you're shifting your perspective on your relationships in order to face your demons. This is you understanding that this is you taking responsibility for your past and understanding that disappointments were co-created by you. And in order to change those outcomes as you wish to do, it requires you to understand your thoughts, to structure your thoughts, to control your thoughts, and focus on what it is you want, not what it is you don't want. The Venus conjunct Pluto transit is what I'm calling it, very much looks at the way that you value yourself, the way that you understand power, what you will do for love and or money. And so that has been a dramatic shift for you, but you've grown in your capacity to understand how to achieve this very high standard that you've set for yourself. In the 12th house, we have what is called the Revolution card in this intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck that this card comes from. This is the Tower in more conventional decks. What's different about the Tower card here via the Revolution is I see you as an agent for this new information that you are receiving. In fact, that the whole planet is receiving. You're taking in this information, and it definitely applies to the ways in which we care for ourselves, what we do for ourselves, how we replenish ourselves. Your work has something to do with supporting that And this information that you're understanding that is being offered to all of us is ways in which we empower ourselves rather than give ourselves away. So you are in line for even more amazing opportunities to expand on your understanding of self-care, self-love, and how the ability to pour and fill yourself up to be in flow with your own highest good allows you to build, improve, and expand upon the service that you offer to others. I'm going to finish out this reading with a crystal oracle, Pisces. And again, if you have enjoyed this reading, if you are responding to some of the content, please like. It really helps me to understand what it is that you like, and comment if there are ways that this has been useful to you. I am very, very interested in the way that this past lunar eclipse and this upcoming solar eclipse are impacting you. So thank you. And for Pisces, I have pulled, I can open my eyes now, this beautiful orange card, and it is a sunstone. The key word, Pisces, is empowerment. I am empowered in all areas of my life. I'm going to put that right here, Pisces, and I'm going to leave it here. Thanking you once again for your presence here, and until next time, Namaste.